Good evening, Central community, families, and friends. We welcome you to the 23rd Annual Evening of Recognition. My name is Andre Dickerson, pronouns he, him, his. I serve as the director for the Center for Leadership and Community Engagement here at Central Washington University. Each year, we gather to celebrate our staff, students, faculty, and administrators for their amazing contributions to our institution. And this year is like no other. Our theme is unforgettable. I am often reminded of the wise words of Maya Angelou. People often can forget what you've done. They can even forget what you've said, but they will not forget how you made them feel. And what you will learn tonight is how every last one of these nominators feel about the individuals and how their contributions to the institution will be remembered for years to come, and they will be unforgettable. So without further ado, congratulations to you all, and go Wildcats.
The first org that I want to recognize is the award for Org for Community. The org that received this award is the Filipino American Student Association, or FASA. I believe that this org really defined what community looks like, whether it was within their own organization because they welcomed everybody and knew each other's names, or within their local Ellensburg community because they supported a Pollo food bank, or the Lutong Panoy, and within the regional association because they were planning the Northwest FOSTA conference this year, but unfortunately they couldn't happen. And so I just want to recognize all the hard work that you've been putting on. I definitely recognize and see you, FOSTA. I love you all, and congratulations. The second org I want to recognize is the org that received the Org for Equity Award, which is the Black Student Union, or BSU. I believe while their existence here at Central, they really defined the movement for the underrepresented identities here on campus. All the work that they put in during the Black History Month or Showtime has really paid off, and I just think that it's time to recognize them. I believe that they follow and value the mission statement of the ESC, and you could clearly see this within the organization because the leadership in their board is phenomenal. I believe that it's time for you all to get recognized with all the hard work that you've been doing lately. And so you're always on top of it, and I always appreciate you for that. I love you, BSU, and I hope to see nothing but the best from you.
So for Club of the Year this year, I wanted to recognize a club that is always involved. They're always there. They're always present, and that's what makes a club great. So they're constantly involved in volunteering and service. They're always willing to give a hand to anybody. They also attend almost every club council meeting, and they were actively listening and actively involved. And if anybody else was experiencing something that they had experienced and needed to get through, then they would be there for their advice or anything else that they may need help with. They're also dedicated to making their club well known and sharing their message throughout campus. And it's a really, really important message. Also, you only ever hear good things come from the people that attend their meetings or their events or anything that may come from this club. Overall, just an awesome club, so I wanted to recognize sisters.
ASCW award this year goes to Eunice Termatis. Eunice currently works as a program coordinator assistant at the Office of International Studies and Programs. He is the founding member of the Muslim Student Association and currently serving on the Student Legislative Action Committee SLAC. Eunice was always seen volunteering at several ASCW events, one including Election Day. Eunice helped with voting centers and lobbying in Olympia on relevant student issues around Washington State. Eunice is an active member of the International Club and Model United Nations at CWU. Eunice ensured that the international students had a deep connection with ASCWU this year. Eunice has inspired us all to aim high and speak as though we only had today. Thank you, Eunice, for your service to the university.
I'm Jeff McMillan, General Manager of 88 Won the Bird, Your Music Central. and I'm here to present this year's Rob Lowry Excellence in Student Broadcasting Award to Will Ordner. Will is a student that exemplifies everything that it is to be a great young student broadcaster, taking every chance and every opportunity that's put in front of him. Not only has he written for The Observer, but he's also done play-by-play with myself and Dave Haverlow. He's also played as part of Central Washington University's football team, won national awards as part of his show Orton the Bear, and he was voted College Radio's Funniest Man in 2019. He's got a host of awards and made great video content as well as radio content over the last 16 months. And that's why this year's award winner in these incredibly difficult times and unusual times is a guy that is unusual unto himself, William Ordner, a guy that goes above and beyond. Thank you, Will, for all you do. You're this year's Rob Lowry Excellence in Student Broadcasting Award winner.
Good evening, Wildcats. My name is Dennis Francois, Director of Athletics here at Central Washington University. It is truly my pleasure to be with you here tonight, albeit virtually, to present the Dorothy Purser Award. The Dorothy Purser Award is given to a student athlete who exemplifies the qualities of excellence, work ethic, initiative, problem solving, and of course is involved in community service. This year's recipient exemplifies all of these qualities and then some, and has had many, many unforgettable moments during her time as a Wildcat. She has been a 4-year starter and a defensive specialist for the Wildcat volleyball team. She ranks 3rd in program history and 15th all-time in GNAC history in total assists with 3,269. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly my pleasure to present the Dorothy Purser Award to CWU student athlete from Kaneohe, Hawaii, Gabby Ayahara. Congratulations, Gabby.
Hi, I'm honored to introduce you to Savannah Fields, this year's recipient of the Associate Dean for Student Development and Achievement Award. The award annually recognizes a student who has demonstrated qualities of excellence, ingenuity, and a resilient commitment to service. Several pieces stood out about Savannah's nomination that I'd like to briefly comment on. First, Savannah is double majoring in environmental science and public policy, minoring in economics, and will be graduating with honors through the Douglas Honors College. Working in the Academic Success Center, Savannah has been one of our most sought-after tutors and served as our lead academic coach, assisting with the development and implementation of our current coaching model. Savannah is also a strong advocate for sustainability and brings a level of effort that is contagious and inspiring. Savannah, congratulations. We're proud of you and excited about your future impact on our community. Again, congratulations.
Congratulations, Gia Landis, on winning the 2020 Associate Dean of Health and Wellness Award. The recreation staff nominated you and had nothing but positive things to say. Some of their thoughts included that you're such a team player and you always have a great and positive attitude with everyone you encounter. You stepped up to ensure programming continues while one of their staff members is out on maternity leave, and that we're forever grateful. You co-organized our first ever walking challenge against Western Washington University. You've been organizing virtual late night events around health and wellness to ensure that our campus community has resources while they're home. You've been active in some of the national roundtables on how to provide programming within best practices during this pandemic. You've been managing groupettes and physical training during this pandemic, and you've expanded our online offerings from 1 class to 3 each day. You have been a success at everything you've done at Recreation, and that we're forever grateful. Thank you for being a team player. Thank you for being what it means to be an outstanding ambassador of health and well-being here at Central Washington University.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Jenna Hyatt, and I serve as the Associate Dean for Student Living at Central Washington University. The Associate Dean of Student Living Award identifies students that have contributed significantly to the advancement of students' development through programs and engagement opportunities that exist within such areas as housing, student union, SNA funded programs and departments, orientations, and elevate the onboarding of students through all of these services and programs. This year's Evening of Excellence theme is unforgettable. When determining the recipient of this award, it struck me that it is hard to forget someone that has given you so much to remember. This award recipient is a student that has provided a great deal of leadership in all of these areas that this award is focused so much on. This student has served in multiple leadership positions such as an RA, an orientation leader, chairs multiple student committees, serves on ASCW student government. I have worked with this student as he has coordinated with students and championed their ideas to find ways to improve our facilities, our programs, and our services. He demonstrates an open and supportive environment to bring up innovative and contemporary views to meet students' own development as a leader and advance their passion projects. He is someone that gets things done. He follows through and critically thinks about the protection of the university, the student welfare, and equity in all decision making. Mikkel, you probably won't remember half the things I will never forget. Congratulations, Mikkel Candelera, as I honor you and your hard work through giving you the Associate Dean of Student Living Award. Congratulations. And this year's award recipient is a student that has provided a great deal of unforgettable experiences for incoming students and through leadership in all of these areas that this award focuses on. This student has served as a student working in housing and residence life specifically. Additionally, she stepped up and is on the executive board for what is the National Residence Hall Honorary Chapter at Central Washington University. Through her NRHH and RHA help to answer questions, her own experience living on campus as a student has truly helped support incoming students to understand what it means to live on campus. This student really picked up right away in terms of what it was to work in the Department of Housing and Residence Life in the support of incoming families and students. In fact, we had her on day 2 working and helping with the live chat, which is a really big feat for our department. She's always willing to lend a helping hand and help with any task that is needed. This student has been a professional and supportive representative of the Housing and Residence Life Department. Congratulations, Yana Crossland, as I honor you and your hard work for the Associate Dean for Student Living Award. Congratulations. This year's award recipient is a student that has provided a great deal of leadership, working intimately within our orientation and transition programs. She has served as an orientation leader, an orientation intern, and our main student directed at developing social media and graphic design for multiple professional steps of the orientation program. This student's commitment to represent a diverse student population is evident in the messaging and graphics of our orientation programs. Our publications and program that this student has created allows for students to see themselves and find a place of belonging at Central Washington University. Again, the unimaginable always becomes the unforgettable. I could not be more excited to congratulate Elena Jacobs as I honor you and your hard work with the Associate Dean of Student Living Award. Congratulations.
Good evening. The Dean of Student Success Award recognizes a student has shown distinction in enhancing the mission of Central Washington University. This student demonstrates excellence, initiative, and an exemplary work ethic in addition to a demonstrated commitment to student success. Tonight, I'm honored to present the Dean's Award to Alex Harrington. Alex has served the state of Washington as a student trustee on the Central Washington University Board of Trustees during the 2019-2020 academic year, giving of his time and talent to support the mission of Central Washington University. Alex has actively participated and contributed to board discussions about meeting student needs, addressing issues of mental health, wellness, retention, access, and affordability. Alex has also advocated to enhance the student trustee selection process. Alex's academic interests are exemplified by his participation on the ASCWU Services and Activities Fee Committee and his commitment to creating an inclusive and diverse environment for students is evident through his work promoting academic excellence, addressing student needs, and providing leadership opportunities for students. Please join me in extending my deepest appreciation to Alex Harrington for his collaborative, insightful, and dedicated service to Central Washington University. Thank you, Alex.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Lubas, the Dean of the CWU Libraries. Jasmine Moreno Sanchez is an exceptional and unforgettable student in many ways. However, her dedication to her education and the education of others, sincere care for those around her, and willingness to learn are what set her apart. It's been a pleasure to watch her grow academically and professionally and to benefit from her knowledge. In her capacity as a graduate assistant in the CWU Libraries, she has contributed to a variety of projects, served as a model to other students, and will be unforgettable. We wish her the very best as she moves on to new chapters in her education. Congratulations, Jasmine.
The William O. Douglas Honors College is proud to honor student Savannah Fields for her research and leadership in landscape sustainability. From her first quarter at Central, Savannah has consistently impressed her faculty with her focus, creativity, leadership, and civic responsibility. She is a meticulous scholar, an articulate leader, and a passionate advocate for sustainability and social change, both at CWU and within the Ellensburg community. Her honors capstone project, which considers principles of xeriscaping to convert part of CWU's campus to native and drought-tolerant plants, exemplifies Savannah's ability to combine her academic expertise in plants with her passion to make the world a better place. Over the past 2 years, she has worked with facilities to try to get Central to adopt more native planting and xeriscaping, has led a group on native planting through the CWU Sustainability Cafes, has worked with the City of Ellensburg Environmental Commission to adopt native planting guidelines, and is currently leading a project to xeriscape the new intersection at Water and 15th Street. I am sure Savannah, through her dedicated leadership and work to build a more sustainable future for CWU and for Ellensburg, will be long remembered.
This year, I would like to present the School of Graduate Studies and Research Dean Award to Emily Patton, who is graduating this spring with her Master's of Science in Primate Behavior. Emily has done unforgettable work, both in her academic pursuits, working with chimpanzees, and in her service to the Office of Graduate Studies. She came to us having already had extensive experience at various zoos and animal sanctuaries around the world. From Indonesia to Costa Rica and Peru, she received a Barlow Award last year for her summer thesis research work at the Wildlife Way Station in California. Her thesis, under the direction of Dr. Mary Lee Jensvold, is on chimpanzee early life histories and responses to caregiver use of species-specific behavior. In her work for the Graduate Studies Office, she has proven herself to be an efficient and thorough, while also being creative and upbeat. Ruth Jeffries, the Director of Research and Sponsored Programs and Emily's supervisor, praised Emily's contributions. Emily has tackled a number of complex projects for us, with unforgettable Polish and aplomb. The majority of Emily's time was devoted to the Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee, or IACUC. Her work was an essential part of our transition to a new electronic database management system for IACUC. Dr. April Binder, this year's chair of the committee, noted, Emily was a thoughtful committee member. Additionally, as the COVID-19 pandemic began, Emily shared vital information to assist the IACUC committee during this challenging time. Emily's unforgettable contributions will live on after she departs Ellensburg. She will be greatly missed. She is an unforgettable chimp champ.
Hi, this is Dr. Susana Flores, and I want to congratulate you, Chelsea, from the bottom of my heart for being the College of Education and Professional Studies student that is most unforgettable. You have achieved so much academically, being a first-generation college student, and doing so well in your academics in family and consumer science studies. And also for the research that you conducted and presented at the Hawaii International Conference on Education, as well as in the Symposium of Undergraduate Research and Creative Expression. But we are most impressed, and what makes you most unforgettable is your ability to give to others. During this pandemic, you have sewed hundreds of masks and distributed them not just here in the state of Washington, but internationally. So on behalf of SEPS, we are very proud of you, and we congratulate you, Chelsea Farias.
It is my privilege and honor to present the 2020 College of Business Dean's Award to Alvaro Gonzo Gonzalez, a senior graduating with nearly every major in the College of Business. Seriously, when he graduates in June, Gonzo will graduate with majors in accounting, economics, and finance. This is just one of the things that makes Gonzo unforgettable. Gonzo is one of those students you hear about as a dean long before you actually meet him. You hear his name whispered in the halls, faculty talk about his relentless energy and drive, fellow students reference his latest activities and accomplishments, and staff, with a smile on their face, mention a student who is seemingly everywhere and involved in everything. A Marine Corps veteran and first-generation student, Gonzo has prioritized activities that not only benefit himself, but will enhance the opportunities for the next generations of Wildcats. Amongst his many contributions, Gonzo founded a campus chapter of the Association of Latino Professionals for America, or ALFA. In a very short period of time, Gonzo has led that chapter to a national leadership role. Locally, students are connecting with professional development, mentors, internships, and full-time jobs by engaging in ALFA. This will be a legacy from Gonzo's time here. Gonzo, the College of Business is a better place because of your time here. For that, we offer you our thanks, our congratulations on this award and your upcoming graduation, and our best wishes for a great start to your career at Moss Adams. Congratulations.
My name is Andreas Bowman. I am the Vice President of Operations, and I am excited to announce the Operations Vice Presidential Award for the evening of recognition to Paris Avery Smith. The theme this year is unforgettable, and this really hits the mark with Paris. Paris is a business administration student with a specialization in supply chain management and minoring in business analytics. Now, Paris has been working as a student employee at the service desk within Information Services for about a year and a half, and she hails from Tri-Cities, Washington. Paris always steps up when needed to help to get tasks done, even when they're not in the fun category. For example, she volunteered to help with a computer roundup project this last summer when extra student coverage was needed. Paris is always on task. She has adjusted to the new working conditions very well and works hard to be thorough when engaging with customers. Her great sense of humor, can-do attitude, and strong commitment to customer service reminds me of the quote by Maya Angelou. At the end of the day, people won't remember what you said or did, but they will remember how you made them feel. In that sense, Paris is truly unforgettable. Congratulations on the award, and we all look forward to continued unforgettable service from Paris. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Cremere Jackson, Vice President of Public Affairs. I am honored to bestow the Public Affairs Vice Presidential Award to Tyree Ross Hunter. I first heard about Tyree through the department chair on a sunny Saturday morning. He told me the story of one of his students who was excelling in his program. He spoke of a young, very ambitious man with a bright future ahead of him. In fact, he had already secured a job prior to graduation. As the department chair continued to share the story of Tyree, He explained that this exceptional young man had faced not one tragedy with the loss of his father, but that he had just lost his mother, and it was not to the breast cancer that she had battled and fought so hard to survive, but she had succumbed to COVID-19. If that story is unforgettable in its own right, what moved me and brings me to present Tyree with this award is the fact that he intends to become the guardian for 5 of his younger siblings. Tyree will graduate in June with a degree in safety and health management, with a minor in risk management. This evening of recognition theme is unforgettable, and that is who Tyree is to me.
Jessica Hernandez is the Student Body Vice President for Equity and Community Engagement. She is a fantastic student, an activist for her community, and passionate about student needs. She works hard to make Central the place students want to come, study, play, and work. Jessica is also passionate about her community and is the first to step up and meet the challenges head on. Jessica is truly a social justice shero.
I'm excited to recognize Sabrina Padilla for the Enrollment Management Vice Presidential Award. One of Sabrina's standout attributes is the passion in which she approaches each project in our Campus Visits program. This is especially evident in the newly transformed Latinx Day project, where she's been instrumental in working with our admissions team to create and implement a meaningful visitation experience for our bilingual prospective students and their families. Sabrina gives true meaning to inclusivity, one of the key components of the Wildcat Way philosophy, by finding thoughtful ways to reach out to our underrepresented populations and welcome everyone into our Wildcat community. We're proud to recognize Sabrina as an exemplary student employee as we present her with this award. Congratulations, Sabrina, and thank you for all that you do.
It is an immense pleasure to congratulate Nicholas Meija upon the occasion of his receiving this award. Among Nicholas's many activities and achievements, he has served this year as the ASCWU Student Government Vice President for Academic Affairs. In this role, he is the student counterpart of the provost. Together, we have discussed dozens of CWU issues and higher education issues, what's going well, and what needs attention and improvement. Nicholas has a list. I feel as if it's been my naughty provost list, since whatever gets on the list stays on the list, not moving unless or until I find a solution and am able to explain it to Nicholas to his satisfaction. Honestly, he's made me a better provost than I would have been without him. Nicholas is a lovely guy, polite, even genteel. At the same time, he is tenacious in his quest to make things right, to do the right thing, to seek justice in all things. Nicholas, you deserve this award, and you will go on to even greater things. Congratulations, and a fond farewell.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight for this evening of recognition. You know, I'm privileged to give 4 awards tonight, and each of the awards, awardees that I have selected, going to someone that has been outstanding for the entire year. But, you know, it is often the case that when a crisis arrives, and of course we are in a coronavirus crisis. We are in the midst of a pandemic. That, you know, the truly great people become even greater during those difficult times. And all 4 of the individuals that I am designating tonight as outstanding employees are those individuals. I want to begin with Walter Slinga, Professor Slinga, who is the chair of our Faculty Senate. Walter was doing an outstanding job as chair of the Faculty Senate, reviewing policies, approving degrees, managing the university's academic leadership roles in just an unbelievable way. And then come March, everything was thrown up in the air, and we were asking the faculty to do really the impossible, to take a curriculum that was probably 85% face-to-face instruction and to convert it to 100% online instruction. And that took of course, a monumental effort for the entire faculty to do, but it also created an opportunity or a need for exceptional leadership on the part of the Faculty Senate. All of our policies needed to be looked at. Our admissions policy, our grading policies that had to be altered to adjust to this new modality of instruction. And that fell upon our very, very able Faculty Senate. And they've did a marvelous job of reviewing those policies, making the necessary changes, working with the academic administrative leadership to effect those changes, turning around and then talking to the faculty of the university to help implement those changes. And much of that work the leadership work certainly fell on the shoulders of Walter Slinga. So Walter, thank you so much for the leadership you've shown throughout the year, but the way you have stepped up during the COVID crisis. There are 11,500 students who greatly appreciate the role that you have played in their education. Thanks, Walter. Another individual that, of course, we were all surprised by the pandemic and the way it has hit the United States and the changes in all of our lives. But one person who certainly did not sign up for this, that I without question deserves recognition, is our now former provost, Dr. Lynn Franklin. We hired Lynn from the registry. It's really a temporary service. Lynn was a contract employee, and when you have someone like Lynn coming in that status, you sit down at the beginning of her time, which was at the beginning of our academic year, and you said, here are the things that we're going to accomplish together, and will you sign this agreement, and these are the things that we are going to do. Things like we'll continue to improve our academic advising. Things like we'll continue to make improvements in our freshman orientation programs. Things like we'll continue to implement our new general education program, and we'll continue to strengthen our culture of shared governance and inclusivity at the university. All very, if you will, traditional central priorities. And then along about March, just as we were finalizing the interviews for the continuing provost, COVID hit. And that was not part of Lynn's agreement with us. That is not something that I asked her to do last fall when she came to Central. So, here we are, and I have to tell you, the leadership we have received from Lynn Franklin has just been outstanding. Her wisdom, her sense of fairness, her good humor, her listening skills, her communication skills have been invaluable to this university during this crisis. As I, somewhat jokingly said to her the other day, Lynn, you certainly didn't sign up for this. And her response was, none of us signed up for this, but I'm glad that she is here to have helped us through this. In a few months, Lynn will be heading back to Florida to the home that she had planned on retiring in, to the family and friends that are there waiting for her. But boy, we are absolutely going to miss you, Lynn. You have done an outstanding job for Central Washington University, and thank you so much. I believe we have the best, without any question, the best leader of our student life division in the country in Dean Greg Heinzelman. Dean Heinzelman is just a superlative leader of our student achievement. And again, this was the case with our faculty senate, we were doing some wonderful things and making changes in our residence halls, in our academic programs, in our diversity center, you name it, and we were setting the cutting edge, really, in the country for our academic programs. And then, we had to give Dean Heinzelman a call and say, guess what? We are closing our residence halls. We are changing our dining environment. The circ is going to be closed. All of the things that you are normally used to doing, we just put a screeching halt on all of those programs. So the communication to our students, the changing of our residence halls policies, the safety measures that had to be put in place for those students who were remaining on our campus, who didn't go home for spring break but stayed in our residence halls, all of those things fell onto the shoulders of Dean Heinzelman. Then, unfortunately, in a very good policy, in my opinion, the federal government created the CARES Act, which brought money to the university to implement COVID policies, but also provided money to help students adjust to the COVID situation. And once again, all of that fell upon the shoulders of Dean Heinzelman. So, Greg, on behalf of all the students and the entire university, thank you for your outstanding work this year. I am always amazed at the outstanding students that Central Washington is lucky enough to enroll in this university. They are such exceptional young people, not always in body, but certainly in mind and spirit. They bring a vitality to our campus, a curiosity, a can-do attitude, a willingness to just bury themselves in work to achieve greatness for themselves and for each other. And nobody exemplifies those qualities more than the president of our student body, Jasmine Washington. Jasmine is an exceptional individual, a marvelous leader, a great academic, and just a wonderful person. Jasmine, like so many others, did what she was going to do. She sat down with me and she set an agenda of things she wanted to accomplish, a review of the bylaws, an increased emphasis on inclusivity for all students, be they at the centers or the Ellensburg campus, whatever organization they identify with. We're all going to be welcome in the CWU offices. That and a number of other programs, Jasmine was marching through, just accomplishing them one after the other, taking hold of a few emergency situations that arose during the academic year, and then come March, Jasmine had to leave our campus and stay home and do her studies there, but continued to represent the students to the university, continued to advise me and the other administrative leaders, and continued to advocate for the role of students in this great university. Jasmine, I think many of you know, was also carrying a very heavy academic load, 20 credit hours to finish her degree and to accept a slot in a master's program at Tulane University. Jasmine, you're an exceptional individual. You've done so much for this university in your time here. On behalf of the university, and particularly on behalf of all the Wildcats, thank you for your leadership.
Thank you, President Gaudino, and thank you to each and every one of you for joining us at the 23rd Annual Evening of Recognition. Tonight was truly unforgettable, and an amazing way to highlight the successes and passion of our students, staff, and faculty. Clearly, these are unprecedented times, and none of us thought we would be doing a recognition ceremony virtually. But you pulled through, Wildcats. You made it to the other end. For those seniors who will be graduating, thank you for sticking it out, and thank you for being part of the Wildcat family. And for those who will be returning next year, We look forward to seeing you in person because we will be back. Remember that we are CW together and Wildcats belong here.